That creature, is it just me or did it look like Ryo?
Nah.
Look like him? That was almost exactly like.
How can this be?
Like Ryo himself?
Huh?
Huh? What?
Nah.
Hey, now come on, give me a break. I'm right here, guys.
Rio.
Yo, show me. Show you, huh? Sachika suddenly walks up to me and lifts my shirt up. On my belly is the same X key I've already gotten used to.
No problem.
He has his X key, so he's totes the real one. That creature wasn't Ryo.
Like I said.
Of course I'm real. You're such a perv, Sachas. I'm not a perv, stupid Ryo.
Good grief.
Quit playing around, you two. Let's hear what she has to say. I'm assuming he's referring to Mashiro because she hasn't said a damn thing since we saw the machine.
Hey.
Who are you talking about?
See?
When it comes to clone research, there's only one person to turn to. Right, madame?
Everyone turns to look at Yuma. She narrows her eyes and begins speaking in her usual tone.
Right.
Like I said before, I do not know any details of the clone research. But after we probed the ship, I had a theory based on the documents we found and my own experiences. This theory is further supported by the creature we just saw.
A theory?
Yes.
The creatures are actually human clones. The originals exist somewhere else. That's...
Ah.
Didn't Dr. Ichio say something like that when we found the machine part on the ship?
However.
Yes, but that was nothing more than me throwing guesses around.
No.
And they happen to be correct.
What?
Sure.
The creature we just saw was a human clone too.
Rio Mikajime.
And its original, I presume, is you, Ryo Mikajime. Yuma suddenly points me out and I almost stop breathing in surprise.
Come on now.
What are you saying, Yuma? That thing was a clone? That's...
No.
It was your waist, to be more precise.
Huh?
Come again?
Don't tell me.
Oh, you mean...
Waist? I think I heard that mentioned somewhere before.
You know.
Documents I found on the Mashiro ship.
Zen pulls out the documents he just mentioned and reads them out loud.
However, there are still obstacles to overcome. One of them being instability, or in other words, a highly inefficient yield rate. Currently, generating a single clone also creates several units worth of waste. Waste reduction is necessary from cost and ethics viewpoints, and is the next major issue to resolve. Therefore, used on the ship, flow and waste management must be established first.
I see.
Waste produced by the extend machine, huh? Starting to get the picture too.
Yes.
Yes, that is one of the things which convinced me. Creatures are the waste created when we, the originals, are successfully extended. In other words, they are failed clones. If you think about it, that means every single time that we use the extend machine to bring ourselves back from the dead, we're making more stuff that can kill us and cause us to have to bring back from the dead again. My mouth is hanging open in a triangle and I can't seem to close it.
No way.
That can't be true, right? Sure, the thing looked like Ryo, but the others didn't look anything like us. Just think about Haruto's chief editor, Zen's grandpa, or my Hiroki.
But
The Benoit's boss looked exactly like me.
besides.
That's because it was your mom. You said so yourself, remember?
Right.
That is what I thought at the time, yes. But I may have been wrong.
And
And I have one more reason to believe this theory is correct. We also find information hinting at why we look different from creatures.
Oh,
That's right.
creature mutation, and the emphasizing of memories.
Don't tell me.
That's from the research notes I found. Creature mutation. In that case, what if using the extend machine too much will overload dungeons monsters? I gotta wonder, what if respawn rates are actually based on extension and not actually on time? Given this might be really cool to work as popular even more monsters every time you use the extend function. I'm wondering. Changes to the body characteristics and behavior are based on the original's memories. e.g. in case of a creature with emphasized memories related to a convenience store. Regardless of the original, the creature acted like a store clerk operating a cash register. Key point A, or key point, a creature's individual differences depend on which memories are emphasized. We should be able to selectively highlight certain memories. Setting and stimulation are key factors. Control over the creatures, aim for selective mutation, glued toward Cleone humans. Recorded as Mani's new point of research.
Oh yeah.
Wonder how many monsters there'd be if we just spend a few weeks bonding and extending? Well, it'd be a lot of dead people and a lot of time passage, so hard to say. The best way to find out, I think, would be to go into a dungeon that's empty, verify its empty. Go in and clear one out, clear a floor out, leave, and then repeatedly kill and re-extend people. Man, it'd be hard to do that though. I guess you could do it by starving them. But even then, it's going to be difficult to do without any passage of time. And just see whether or not the extensions doing that cause respawn. Notes say certain memories of the original are emphasized, affecting creatures' looks and actions. They also mention individual differences are decided by which memories are emphasized. So with that chief editor creature,
In that case,
it was my own failed clone with a changed appearance by my emphasized memories related to the chief?
They sure got us good. So what they said in Extend TV about Cleone infesting humans to turn to creatures was a lie.
no.
No, I don't think it was all a lie. I'm sure getting infested by Cleone changes their appearance further to look more monstrous. And like the boss we faced this time, sometimes there are multiples of the same creature. Played a flow slept for 2 days and then checked. Yep, that might be another way to check if it's just time-based. This could all be explained if they're clones of us in the first place.
For real?
No way. But that doesn't make sense. Because I heard what that that creature said to me. He called me Big Sis Minamo.
No.
That's not it, Minamo. Creatures should only be able to speak words related to our memories or the conquest videos. What?
Oh?
So you noticed Haruto Higurashi.
No.
More like, I felt something was off since the beginning. Thinking back, the chief only used words I'd heard before, or ones I explicitly remember. For example, Higurashi, let's go eat.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Minamo? Same occurred with your grandpa and your little brother, right?
I don't want to think about it, but you may be right.
Rio.
What about you, Ryo?
Well,
I don't even remember my mother or that manager in the first place. I wouldn't know if those crocodiles were using words from my memories or not. Bind me with this. Damn it. That creature's words won't get out of my head. Yeah, you're right.
Excuse me.
Wait a minute. We didn't see any of this waste when we were using the extend machine. And if creatures are byproducts of our cloning, why are there some in the ruins?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rinko's right. Even if that creature was my failed clone, no one's ever brought me back to life with the extend machine in Kuromo Hot Springs.
I'm not sure.
So, like, maybe the extend machines are connected?
Ah!
No maybes. What craziness is little Miss Genius Girl talking about now?
What do you think?
It's like, remember when Minamo lost her police ID and we found it in the ruins?
Ah!
That's right.
It came out of the extend machine in the ruins. It must have come out with our waste, with the creatures.
Oh
I just can't.
I see.
So, the broken extend machines in the ruins are used as outlets for our waste.
Damn it.
Yes, that must be it. Every time we extend, a creature's born and dumped in one of the ruins. Though I don't know how it works exactly. It can't be. That means this whole time we've been
no. Yes.
fighting and killing our own bodies. A never-ending penance like Sisyphus and his boulder.
Give me a break.
My. There's no love in any of this. No one says another word, and we all head back to Garage Island with heavy steps. The creatures are actually ourselves. We were taking these ruins too lightly this time around. And the truth we found at the end crushed us with the force of all the despair in the entire world. Is this part of the punishment someone prepared for us? If it is, what did we do to deserve it? Yeah, the beasts don't have Cleone infestation. We all go back to our rooms. My body is dead tired, but I don't feel sleepy at all. There's a heavy fact weighing on me aside from the truth about the creatures. My fault, huh? I guess it would be. And my life isn't just my own. I can't simply say, if only I hadn't been born. And although, because... My thoughts are getting all screwed up in my head again. My body feels like it's falling apart too. Well, it might literally be, given our clone status. I guess I'll have to bind myself. I'm about to fall apart. I just need to bind myself together and calm down. I start tightly binding my body over my clothes.
Damn it.
Just a bit tighter. To bind is to firmly define the outlines of one's body. Every time I bind myself, I get a fresh perspective on the shape of my own being. My heart and mind become perfectly clear, as if I've been reborn again. It's a sensation I love. It can only be achieved through the rope. But today... no good. I just can't get it right. It's like myself is pouring out through the openings between the rope.
Sheesh.
I still wonder. If even a tiny bit, did she ever love me? I know dwelling on it isn't going to do me any good, but that question repeats in my head, pressing against me like swelling waves. Disturbed by my meandering thoughts, and the rope can't seem to take shape. Man, I wish I could have seen her face at least. I sigh, undo the rope, and lie on the bed. Yeah, raises a lot of questions about Kurosuke, right? There might actually be more than one. They mentioned underestimating his intelligence at one point because he was able to catch us after going in the other direction. It's possible that he actually is more than one out there. Yo, are you free right now? I open the door and see Haruto standing there with a troubled expression. Well, what's up?
Excuse me.
I wanted to speak with you. You said you were fine, but I'm sure you aren't. I know from experience. One of those exclusive interviews?
Yeah.
Something like that. I wish we had some alcohol, but not much we can do about that, huh? We talk about my memories, things I still can't remember, and my thoughts and feelings about them. Just by talking about them out loud, they begin making more sense in my head. Haruto's good at keeping himself from being too emotionally invested, and he's natural at interviews. By the time we finish talking, the storm of confusion inside me seems to subside. There's one thing I'm sure of. I'm never going to be able to remember what my mom looked like. I'm sure I feel self-pity and regret over it countless more times. But still, those are emotions that seem to have lost somewhere along the way. I can say with certainty I regained the part of me that I had lost. Hatred, love, and envy. She and I were connected with a rope made of all those things. Just being able to recognize that is more than enough for me. Personally, I think your mom tried protecting you at the very end. Facts are nothing more than facts. I think truth is something people draw out of them with their own wills and thoughts. Well, this may not be very convincing coming from me.
I owe ya.
Nah, man. Thanks.
No.
Don't mention it. I do have something I want to ask you in return. Oh?
All right.
Do you think you could tie me up?
Huh? Well...
It's just as you said. I can't let the past rule over me. So I've decided to try anything and everything that may help me get over it. Anything, huh? Not sure I like it being phrased that way, but I'm a bondage artist through and through. That pumps me up knowing he wants to try getting bound to change himself.
All right.
You got it. Sometimes in life, you don't need words, just a rope. There's no being shy or reserved in the world of ropes. You want to get bound? Let's get you bound.
That's right.
Good, and thanks. It would have been better if you played it a bit more coy instead of answering right away so eagerly. Guess I'm starting to get into this too.
Yeah!
Alright, let's start with your clothes on. You've never been bound before, right?
No.
Never. Also, I just thought you should know my body isn't very flexible.
Thanks.
You got it. Thanks for the heads up. It helps. Sometimes you just need a rope sounds like something you might have learned from the manager. I nod the eye Haruto with the hemp rope in hand. Now, how should I bind him? Haruto's got some muscle, but not as much as Zen. Since he thinks of himself as inflexible, maybe I'll bind him so he ends up in a more open position that would even surprise himself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot.
What?
Oh, look out. Haruto's face bumps into my arm while I'm lost in thought.
Hey.
Ow.
My bad.
Oh, my bad. Here are your glasses. I pick up his glasses and hand them to him. I absentmindedly watch him put them back on. And suddenly my vision blurs. What? What did I just... What's wrong, Rio?
Nope.
Nothing. It's nothing. The memory almost came back to me. But I don't want to remember it. That's for sure. But I don't know what the memory was about. So, previously, when we were discussing the killing of Sachiko, and some people started to dream about it after the fact, and some people remembered it more vividly at the time, Ryo was the only person who didn't remember and never started dreaming about it. And I kind of have the feeling that that adjustment of glasses, given what we saw briefly of that scene where she was murdered, I think it's starting to bring the memory back for him too. We know the killer had glasses. I grabbed her up tightly again as if to shake myself free from all those lingering thoughts.
Where am I? Oh, right. School's out already. What should I do today?
It looks like a gym.
Guess I'll go meet up with everyone and... Huh? Is that Rinko over there? Hey, stop!
Damn.
Nah, I didn't do anything. She's the one you should be thanking.
The killer glasses is CLZ the killer. Honestly, the scene we saw, it kind of does look like. Well, he looked a lot like Haruto, and people keep saying the Haruto looks like me. So yes, apparently, I killed Sachika. To be fair, killed her a few times, but... Yeah, that's a bit of a beatdown on our Rinko, huh? It's Sachika and the others. Is that...
Hey, everyone! Teacher! If you're all about to play a game, I want to join too. Don't leave me hanging, guys.
Teacher. Holy shit. Was it our teacher who killed Sachika?
Sachika was killed. Kurosuke killed her. Am I gonna die too? Help! Help me!
What I say?
Haruto, you're okay? No. What am I saying? That was just a dream. I'm still here on Garage Island.
You know, I'd originally thought that I'm still a little bit questionable at Haruto. Specifically, we know through Yuma that there were only 7 garage kids, but there's 8 people here. And I feel like the teacher looking like Haruto is a bit of a visual frame job. But we also haven't seen anything to go against it yet. And there's definitely one too many people here. So, starting to wonder. I'm not as certain that it's just an obvious setup.
Right, Haruto? Haruto?
Main character? Well, there's no main character, but if you mean Haruto, yes, Haruto did remember the garage. And if he was the killer, he was very much there in the garage. I still suspect misdirect overall, but I kind of wonder. It's starting to circle back on it. Oh, what was that dream? I thought I was finally going to remember my mom's face. I ended up with one hell of a bad dream. I'm still shaken up because I saw that creature that looked like me. But even for a dream, it felt awfully familiar. Could that have been part of my memories? But Haruto's past will make sense if he's the killer. Well, here's the thing. Who's to say that any of our past is even remotely real? Like, legitimately. The only correlation we have that any of these people are telling the truth about their past is videos from an incredibly sketchy TV show and a setting. That's not really correlation at all. I would not particularly view any of that as trustworthy sources. I feel a shiver going down my spine. It's still dark outside, but I don't feel like going back to sleep. It wasn't Ryo's memory of the garage. Oh, the garage just now. You couldn't see everyone there, anyways. There was less than 7 people visible. I may as well check. Seriously, gonna have to watch Danganronpa on YouTube when I have time. Well, I mean, if you want to watch Danganronpa on YouTube, I've got 1 and 2 entirely posted from the stream. The sound of the waves and the sand crunching underfoot doesn't reach my ears. As I silently walk towards the garage, I notice an unexpected figure heading in the same direction. Rinko? What are you doing here? You know, I could ask you the same thing. I couldn't sleep. I thought I'd play some games for a bit or something.
What?
You want to play video games after everything we just went through? You really like them, don't you? You haven't changed a bit since we were kids.
Rinko.
Your smile hasn't changed since that day either. Since that day? The day you became our friend. Oh wait, you did have a bloody nose at the time, though.
What?
Yeah, you remember? Well, I'm getting bits and pieces back. Me too. I thought I might remember more if I went to the garage. I thought the same. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. Maybe it'd be better to turn around and go back to bed. And before I can do that, Rinko opens her mouth.
I think I figured out who killed Sachika.
Weird thing is, I'm not surprised one bit by her words. And I know I shouldn't, but I can't help but ask.
Is it one of us?
So think about it. If it really is Haruto, and he's extending, and that's causing creatures, his extensions could be creating multiple Kurosuke's, if that's his real name. I still think it's too obvious a play, but who have we not seen into at this point? Sachika herself. We haven't seen into the doc. We don't trust it all, honestly. And we haven't seen into Rinko. So, I'm inclined to think that we have definitely gone through somebody's false past. Feels like way too obvious to play for Spike-Chunsoft. Yeah, at the same time though, after Danganronpa V3, I'm so used to them taking expectation of what we think their games are going to do and then fucking with it. Haruto's backstory also mentioned Black Sheep a couple times. Yep. And if you recall, everyone had a freak out moment when Kurosuke the Black Sheep was mentioned. Probably depending on all the past or false. Given the lack of childhood memories, I've kind of been debating how much of all of this is purely manufactured. Speaking of V3, am I going to put that on YouTube eventually? Yes. Most of that, at least, most of those VODs are still actually archived on YouTube as well, or on Twitch as well. I highlighted most of those. We have not seen Sachika's other personality again. Not once. Rinko nods. Yeah, I definitely don't like where this is going. I'm gonna regret I ever asked.
Haruto Higurashi is Sachika's murderer.
This must be a hell of a thing for her right now, given that I bunked those two.
Damn it, CLZ. I was just typing a point that with Kokichi and DRV3, it could go anyway. Lol.
Thank you for the bits, Pater. Yeah, V3 was really good about getting you to think, okay, this is what they do in a Danganronpa game, and then just flipping it on you.
See? I was right.
It's gonna make for a very uncomfortable morning. Actually, your eyes went more violet than anything. DRV3 is fucking nuts by the last trial. Oh god, was it ever. I think we're gonna get a Rinko next. Well, actually, they kind of lean towards Mamoru at the end there. Yeah, we've hinted at his past now. He's probably next up. But
To
now we're
fight,
also talking to
choose.
Rinko.
To face and accept my own past.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to do an entire chapter in this voice. This is gonna be a long one. Is there a... Yes, there is a perpetual moratorium on plot stuff in Danganronpa games. They're so good that every time we pull one up, people go back and start the series for the first time. So we've just made a point of blocking all spoilers related to that game pretty much forever. Or that series, I should say, forever.
That's what I'm afraid of. To such a degree, it even confuses myself.
So, if they're pushing Mamoru back this far off, I trust the dude even less than I used to. And being that he's a doc who is going to be a pediatrician stuff, you kind of got to wonder, what if he was actually part of Mani? Working with the children. Yeah, it's my chapter now. Haha. Oh. I think the command is speculate. Is either speculate or speculation? I can't remember which.
That's why, when someone else's personal history was exposed, and they had to face their past, I was secretly relieved. But deep down, I knew I was only putting it off. I knew that, eventually, my turn would come too.
Yeah, I should actually update that command to mention Zanki Zero instead. We haven't had to use the speculation command since V3.
I need to fight. I need to make my own decisions on what to do.
I'm fairly certain that right there is also why Sachika has less limbs.
Because I remembered who I should be fighting.
Man, I hope she gets some different dialogue because of the fact that I have those two dating. I don't even need to say anything this time. Oh, yes. Oh, God. I'm in a totally overweighted...
I can't carry all of this.
Hang on. I gotta make some room. Oh, man, she's like half a friggin' kilogram off. You know what? I'll put the arrows down for the moment then.
I'll hold this.
Okay, we'll keep those.
We might need them. I can't carry all
That's
of this.
still too much. Oh, it's because I have access to everyone's stuff. Oops. I was thinking I didn't because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention because I didn't expect to have access to everyone else's stuff since, you know, it split the party. Oops. Shit, I threw Cleone in there. Need that just in case. Well, it's all the same one, so it shouldn't matter. Throw the poles. Man, there were a lot of that one. You have to go through, readdress gear, build up another supply of,
I'll get it.
you have to build a fresh supply of bamboo. Yeah, we are going to have some gear to make, I think, with some of the bits and pieces we got out of that. I appreciate it, Benjamin, but it's fine. I'll get it after the show. I just have to remember. What happened to the clone counts? Oh. That's a good question. What the hell did happen? Oh, God, I can't believe I gotta do a whole chapter like this. You're gonna make me regret this. I'm sorry for being late. You carefully peek into the garage and feel relieved to see everyone else already here. I showed up late on purpose. I didn't want to end up alone with him.
Good morning.
Oh, Rico. Good morning.
Oh,
Good morning.
what?
Surprised you slept in today, Rinko. You're usually the first one up. You look a little pale. Would you like me to examine you?
No.
I'm okay. It just happens sometimes, that's all. And I glance at Haruto as I try evading their questions. He's sitting next to Sachika. I didn't think much of it before, now it's frightening to see. Because Haruto Higurashi, killed...
Miss Rinko.
Rinko, can you hear me? Rinko, Earth to Rinko.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, what were you saying? Are you sure you're alright? Did you get into a fight with Haruto or something?
No!
Why would you think that?
Right.
You were looking at him like you were planning on eating him. It was hard not to notice. No, it's not like that. It doesn't seem like there's much of him to eat anyway. Just kidding. Rinko, what's really going on? You can always talk to me if something's bothering you. Oh, that's pretty much what I'm counting on, Painter. But we're gonna kind of have to see. I mean, it so obviously looked like him the first time we ever got the flashback that I feel like it's designed to cast aspersions upon him, because we saw that imagery much earlier. Really early. I need to pull myself together. I touch my Jabera daisy hairpin. This daisy is my birth flower and has many meanings. One of the things it symbolizes is to keep moving forward. I really like that one for some reason. Also, it does actually turn out to be Haruto. It's kind of an interesting play because it's the person you first experience the world as, so you sort of form a certain connection to your initial introduction to a world. Kind of makes us less inclined to suspect him because he's the person we first experience everything with. I wear it because I want to be someone who keeps moving forward. It's like a good luck charm for me. Hey, we figured out the new feature on the extend machine.
Good.
Oh, nice work. What do we get this time, Sachi?
Yay!
Ta-da! It's an album menu. There's a maturity setting? What? It lets you look back at all the adventures you've had on Garage Island and all the other ruins.
Oh.
Uh-huh. You don't think much of it, huh? It may seem normal if you compare it to cloning and Cleone, but Sachika likes it. It's nice to see our memories in physical form like this. Well, we can now view the album. Mio moves closer to me while everyone's paying attention to the extend machine.
Rinko.
Hey, Rinko. You seemed pretty flustered earlier. You okay?
That's...
I'd be lying if I said I was. I can hardly look him in the eye anymore. I don't know what to do. I don't think about it too much. I've been watching him since the morning, but he's the same as usual. Hey, Amy, how you feeling, man? Judging from how he's been, I don't think he'll suddenly go crazy and attack us or anything.
That's...
That may be, but Rio, are you trying to cover for him? That night at the beach, you told me you remembered too, didn't you?
But you know...
Sure, he looks like the killer from back then, but can you say for sure they're the same?
Then...
Are you saying you'd like some other proof besides your memories? I agree we'll need more evidence. It'd be hard to convince the others without any. The situation won't make any progress like this, so all we can do now is wait for the new ruins. Maybe we'll find a clue about our past in those horrible memories. For example, if Sachika's past is shown, it'll be hard to watch, but maybe it'd reveal the killer. I'm afraid of getting my past exposed, but it'd be better than going on in this uncertain state. And then, as if to answer my thoughts, Extend TV comes on. Album! You can use it to review past events. It can be used to freely change the growth stage of characters and recreate events. Some age settings can create situations that wouldn't normally be possible. But that's merely one of the ways to enjoy this feature. I figure we should go ahead and take a look at the new thing, right? What are we gonna do with 364,000 points? Okay, so we can go ahead and just set everyone's age through this stuff. And then... Okay, we can see this stuff and everyone who's involved in. Huh. That's kind of neat.
There it is.
Hey kids, ready for Extend TV?
Hey, kids! It's time for Extend TV!
Stand, bow, be seated. It didn't take 5 seconds for everyone to quiet down. It helps you focus when the bell rings, huh?
Definitely not ready for Extend TV anymore. Ugh.
What's wrong, Sho? You're not your usual self today.
Yeah, I'm just running out of fuel for our talks here.
Well, that certainly came out of nowhere. Are you trying to be funny, or...
I need to start thinking of how I present myself. I can't keep up this style forever, you know?
Hey kids, it's time for Sex Offender TV. Let's see what we're gonna get today.
You've matured so suddenly, Sho.
I mean, I need to get my act together, or Mirai can't turn into barbecue in peace.
Wait, Mirai isn't for eating. Don't say things like that.
Well, I bet we'll have lots of Christmas specials, despite being in the same grade every year. This kind of cartoon can get away with that, you know? No need to consider my career or future.
I vaguely feel like he just took a stab at The Simpsons.
You've become a lost cause so suddenly, Sho.
Well, let's not let ourselves fall into a rut. It's time to introduce the next ruins.
You all remember hearing this bell every day? The next ruins are your old school, Kaiyo Academy.
Oh wow, so we're going to a place that everyone has connections to.
Oh, it's the place from their memories they all share. It's like they're having a little reunion. They can enjoy recalling heartwarming and slightly erotic stories they couldn't talk about till now.
Please don't say things like that at an elementary school.
Thank you, Mirai, voice of reason.
Besides, we don't know if all their memories would be happy ones.
What do you mean, Mutton Chop?
Everyone's heard of Kaiyo Academy, but not because it's a prestigious school or anything. It's due to a tragic incident that happened here long ago.
Oh?
Shoehorning mystery into the school life genre, huh? I bet a new heroine will be introduced soon.
No one shoehorned anything. Something tragic really did happen in this place. There may be some less than happy memories here, but don't let them get you down. The final machine part is somewhere in the school. Not long now till you complete the extend machine.
A fucking slice of life animated show watching? Oh, I think he's more like me and he watches proper slice of life.
Huh? It's the last one? You mean we're not in a cartoon where time loops endlessly?
What?
Good luck finding that last part. Remember, kids,
Illuminate!
a brighter future.
For humanity! Bye-bye!
Are we getting baited right now? I feel like I'm getting a little bit baited.
Let's see. Any markers?
No, there's definitely still a spot for another one, so there's at least 1, 2... No, they're totally baiting us. I mean, it's the last machine part, sure, but even after we put the machine back together, that's not necessarily to say that everything's done. Really wanted to respond with a pun about that slice of life comment, but I can think of that. Make the cut. But Tish. Slice of life was actually one of our voting blocks for Cinema Zero, which I still don't. I don't think I can actually run tonight yet. I still have so much shit to get done. Oop, not this way. If I recall, the winning show from that particular block was Another. so
I've heard
very
this.
much slice. Those ruins, that's our... And I definitely recognize the school building drifting in the middle room at the bottom row of the windows. And that's the first grade classroom. And then look at the clock every morning. I barely made it to class some days because I didn't want to go. My heart is beating loudly. It feels like I'm on the edge of remembering something important. It disturbs me that the one on the left, because of that particular outfit and the hairstyle, immediately reminded me of Rika from Higurashi. I don't want to associate the awesomeness of Rika with this little... things I won't say.
You think a poor kid like you can tell me what to do?
Yeah. And I remember getting into a fight with my mom because I didn't want to go to school.
Yeah.
I just remembered. I used to go there. I walked every morning with my backpack.
That's right.
Oh yeah, we used to wait for each other at the gates after school, then race to the garage. Strange. I did not expect to feel at peace in front of the school like this. Why is someone as rich as you attending that school?
Yeah.
Ah, it feels quite nostalgic. I didn't feel this way at all back when I saw Mashiro Garden Tower.
I agree.
There have been some bad memories there, but there's more than that too.
My heart still beats a mile a minute, far from the peaceful feeling everyone else is talking about. You guys know this school, huh? I totally don't remember it at all. It must have been so fun going to school with everyone. Oh, Sachika wants to remember too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll come back to you eventually. I'm sure something will trigger your memory as we look around. Every time he shows up old like that, I want to do old man voice on instinct, but it's not the voice we gave him.
I see.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm getting excited.
Presumably.
Zen moved out to the middle of nowhere. And someone asked him at one point why he moved out there, and he said he couldn't remember anything from before it. Speaking of triggering memories, I'm sure they'll be showing us some new Conquest videos. I've been mentally preparing myself if the next videos are mine, but I wonder what will happen.
Oh,
No, we all went to this school, so we don't know whose ruins these are.
that's...
A valid point. It is obviously one of the 3 people who have not had the videos shown yet.
Well,
Or it could be one of us who aren't expecting it, seeing as our turns are already over.
Well, here's a twist. What if it's not Rinko's? What if the twist is that we're running this particular chapter from the point of view of not the person it's about?
What?
You mean we have to go through it twice? I don't know if I can handle that. I don't think my life was so full of drama you could make more Conquest videos about it.
Well,
Are you sure about that?
Hey!
Of course not. Oh, pretty suspicious. It's always the earnest-looking guys with the most skeletons in their closets. You too, Ryo. This isn't the time to be messing around. Really, though, it's possible something happened from a time we don't remember, like with me.
Well,
In any case, we'll have to go and find out. And the answer must be somewhere inside this school.
yeah!
Alright, they said this would be the last machine part, so let's do this.
oh?
Is something wrong, Sachika?
You mean...
I was just thinking, what if the next Conquest video is like mine? They said in Extend TV something tragic happened here. So that's probably...
It's okay.
It's alright.
What?
Huh? And I held Sachika's left hand.
It's okay.
I don't know if this will help, but don't worry. And I'm here for you, Sachika.
Rinko!
Yeah, teacher going insane and killing some of your students is probably going to put a bit of a black mark on your history. On your school's history. Rinko, thanks. I feel totally better already. And Sachika pulls my hand as we walk on. I'm relieved, but thinking selfish thoughts at the same time. Sachika's definitely not the killer, since she was the victim. And if she's right, I won't be the one... I won't be the one who'll have my past exposed by the videos. Keep moving forward. I'm still far from living up to my ideals. You know, if she's the killer, she can't be... Or if she's the victim, she can't be the killer. I'd say, that sounds vaguely logical. Then again, I just think back to previous Spike-Chunsoft games, and I don't believe that at all. Well, that's a few old people who are gonna die fairly soon, so let's at least get a bit of a look in to see kind of what we're generally dealing with. Trigger any early scenes that happen to be like right by the entrance, so if I have to do any kind of between show exploration to poke around for resources, etc., we can do that. Alright, Sachika's not even armed right now. Ha! Not armed. Sorry. Wasn't me. Alright, they don't have the bows, though. Well, let's get the Cleone registered. Oh, everyone's self-destructed. I blew everyone up. Must be a support one. Major snacking. Heals a low amount of stamina for all allies. Oh, alright. I know I've got someone who doesn't have a support, I'm pretty sure. No, everyone does now. Yeah, what the hell. Trade out for that. Let's just take a quick poke in. I'm really curious to see what kind of stuff is going to be in there. I mean, it can't be much worse than, like, orcas, right?
Let's check the map.
Right?
Can't go there.
So not right. I've always loved Japanese school settings for stuff. They're just kind of... They have a special fundamental level of creepiness to them, I find.
Hey!
It can get worse than crabs. What's it gonna throw at me? Shoelock or crabs? Fuck. Well, this really takes me back. Now where's my shoebox? I think it was to the left of the entrance. I had to stand on my tiptoes just to reach it.
Besides,
No, I remember. Minima Setochi and I were in the same class back then. Your shoebox was 2 spots away from mine. We often saw each other at the entrance in the morning.
Yeah.
At least it isn't Heavenly Host. Now that you mention it, yeah, we were in the same class. We used to walk to class together.
Right.
It's all coming back, huh? This place is broken down now, but it's like we're back in those days.
That's true.
Ooh, hang on. What if someone's horrible past is a bit of a twist, is not actually one person's, but 2 people at the same time? What if this is just everyone's horrible past, and not actually more related to the person we're viewing from? Game hasn't thrown an enemy that disguises itself as the floor? No, but it does have trap floors. Dr. Ichio is right. My mind has gone back to that time. My shoebox was in the 3rd row, and I always enjoyed switching to my flower pattern shoes after school. Yeah, at this point, they've created a very specific cadence and pattern to how dungeons work, which means now is one of the best times to alter that. Implicating multiple people in a single story. It's not like we can have multiple points of view to play as at the same time. So there's things they can do, and I'm expecting it to switch up in here. I would usually meet up with someone at the school gate and head to the garage, chatting with them. So, everyone besides Sachika thinks they went to Kaiyo Academy with the others. Naruto's voice brings me back to the present. And we always hung out together with the 7 other garage kids.
Maybe
Is that
somebody
right?
will finally notice me.
Ah, Coyote with 2 years. Been guessing plot points. Might want to play too many RPGs. Yep, it's had a nice mix of things you can kind of work out and things that have been just, That's what I love about the Spike-Chunsoft stuff. I think what I didn't see coming from this game, though, is the degree of, Well, let's just go with the depths to which they're plumbing. Let's just put it that way. And thank you very much for 2 entire years, Coyote. Let me see some comments in chat for Coyote, please. Thank you so much and welcome back. Did I fix the plot button? You mean that one? Yeah, I had it fixed apparently just in time for yesterday's softcore porn.
Yes.
Yes, I think so. I remember meeting up with someone after school and going to the garage.
Yeah.
Same here. I remember when I talked to Rinko for the first time too.
In that case...
I'm sure we all know this, but just to confirm, this means one of us is lying.
That's...
Naruto, are you purposely bringing that up to frame yourself as innocent?
Hey!
What? What's with the hostility, Rinko?
No.
Maybe because you're inspiring needless suspicion with your comments. You suddenly brought it up when everyone else was having a good time. What for?
No.
I do have a reason. Well, the memory's coming back. It may not be long until we find out who's lying. We need to be prepared for that. And it's all but confirmed there's a liar among us, right? So I thought we should all recognize that and confirm those suspicions with one another.
True.
I agree. We should all have a stomach-to-stomach talk.
Look.
You mean heart-to-heart. Are you hungry or something, Yuma? Ryome Kajime, there's not enough meat on your bones to eat my fill.
What?
Don't look at me like that. Anyway, I don't think it's a bad thing for us to have discussions on finding out the truth. If there's anything on your mind, don't hesitate to ask. It goes for you too, Rinko.
You're probably right.
Okay. No, I can't just ask if you're a murderer, of course.
Yeah!
Maybe if our memories come back when we talk, we'll totally all find out it's just a misunderstanding.
What do you think?
Like maybe the 8 of us went to the same school, but one of us joined the group later. Or like we weren't really the same age and one of us transferred later on or graduated earlier.
Huh?
Come on, Sachika. I think that's kind of a stretch. No, it may be possible. Remember why we thought we were all 25 and did not question it?
Oh.
Yeah, we met each other when we were all the same age. Maybe that gave us our preconceptions.
What if...
We can change appearances by extending, so someone could have pretended to be the same age as us. Which means... that actually does lend a little bit more credence to this. And murderer could very well be lurking among us. No, it's not the right count. Because there were only 7 garage kids. So if everyone remembers hanging out with 7 other people, that's 8 people. Someone here's lying.
Interesting theory, but we don't have much to support it.
Oh.
Zen says he's been remembering this, but he hasn't said anything about... He hasn't mentioned any specifics about the school yet. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse everyone.
My.
What a shame. I suppose that makes Rinko, Sachika, and me suspicious since our Gun Quest videos haven't been shown yet.
Right.
So in mystery novels, the culprit is usually someone who has already been cleared of suspicion. We'll never get anywhere if you start saying things like that.
Alright.
Okay, let's start over from scratch. We'll explore the school while looking for more info. How's that?
Let's go!
Yes, I need to find evidence to convince the others who the killer is without leaving any doubt. You're the only one! I guess we found our Danganronpa chapter.
No more messing around! Ready?
Here...
Concentrate. You're mine!
It's kind of dark in here. I don't want to turn my back on too much.
No more messing around! Ready?
Careful...
You're mine!
Ready?
Concentrate. You're mine!
Who's next? Ow!
Oh. And that's why I want to pay attention to my surroundings.
Concentrate.
No more!
You're mine!
Oh, he spits different kinds.
No more messing around! Ready?
Careful...
Concentrate. You're mine! Concentrate.
Ready?
Careful.
You're mine.
Whose waist clones are these things? Honestly,
Yeah, right?
legitimate guess if they are actually related to us at all. I'd put it on Yuma. Their literal name is Fat Creature. So, given the constant talking about her weight and remaining heavier because, you know, she has to look like mom.
No more messing around. Ready? Yeah!
Concentrate.
Get you on the other side. I want to get to your
No more
arm,
messing
please.
around. Ready?
Careful.
You're mine.
Careful.
Concentrate.
No more messing around. Ready?
You're mine.
I want to get an idea what kind of stuff we're going to run into in here.
Concentrate.
No more messing around. Yeah! You did it.
It's always Colonel Mustard. That guy's a dick.
I'll hold this.
Misa. Okay, I think that's a new Cleone for us. Man, I am kind of getting the Heavenly Host vibe now. I like it. I dig spooky schools. Always a fun setting. I'm just getting a few things kind of earmarked on the map. I'm just gonna take everything off of you for the moment because he's gonna die the second I walk back anyways. And I'll set about equalizing people's ages and all that good stuff. Oh, hang on. Who died during the croc fight? 2 people got eaten, I think, right? Who was it? Because I gotta mark them up. We passed through time, so it did it automatically, but who the hell was that? I think Mamoru was 1, I think. Sachiko was 1, sounds alright. You know what the best way... Actually, you know what the best way to do it is? Next time we extend people, since I'm going to basically cycle everyone through to reach the same age, I'll just look for the people who were killed by Creature of Envy, and I'll give them +2 at the time. You just go ahead and take his stuff. There you go. We're gonna leave. Ew. I'm not gonna leave just yet.
Careful.
Concentrate.
No more messing around. Ready?
You're mine.
Yeah! Ready?
Careful.
Concentrate.
No more messing around.
You're mine.
Yeah!
Disarmed.
No more messing around. Ready? Yeah!
Careful.
Concentrate.
So many long-range
You're
monsters. To
mine.
be fair, I started bringing the bows too, right?
No more messing around. Ready? Yeah! Let me hold it.
Alright, gonna go ahead, head back, let Haruto get old and die. Bring him back. Always sad when they die with no Shigabani to gain them. Maybe I actually should have just let that thing kill him. Might have picked up something from it.
Let me hold it. I'll take it. Sachiko will hold it.
Alright, well that makes the Haruto Mark 19. I'm gonna bring him back. Hopefully those stuff are showing back up on the stream again tomorrow. Alright, first, let's get that Cleone registered. Alright, what do we got? New one is Misa, Brutal Frost. Low corruption, low cold. We're gonna have to do a bunk run too. So maybe I'll actually bring them back without paying for their stuff and we'll do one bunk run through. See if we can get some new scenes for people. Going full hentai in elementary school is kinda what? Kinda Spike-Chunsoft?
What's this?
Because it kinda is. Okay. Gotta read another note. Gotta start catching up on those. It was nothing to write home about. I was able to accept someone like Dr. Terashima just as I was trained, despite my very being repulsed by the thought. Ever since we first had physical relations, it became part of our daily routine. In other words, we had become lovers. More so, my time spent with Dr. Terashima had increased significantly. His unpredictable comments and actions were exasperating as usual, but it seemed he'd begun trusting me, or perhaps he was never one to value privacy to begin with. Despite my presence in the room, he carelessly typed his PC password and began working while I still lay on the bed. I easily memorized his password by observing his finger strokes. The day I typed out that very password with my own hands came soon after. As well, after our so-called amorous affairs that day, we were lying in bed when Dr. Terashima's phone vibrated. It's from your sister. My sister? I furrowed my brows and gave a questioning expression, but I'd known beforehand she would be contacting him. It was all part of the plan we had laid out. Dr. Terashima tilted his head and answered his phone. What is it? My sister's voice could be heard from the speaker. Sir, we've been observing the subject as you ordered, but the anticipated response has occurred earlier than expected. All right, I'll be right over. Dr. Terashima suddenly hung up. Fooled by my sister's lie, he quickly got dressed. You know the drill. Make sure no one sees you when you leave the room. I will. He threw his lab coat on and exited the room, leaving me sitting there naked. After confirming the sound of his door closing, I headed to the desktop computer he always uses and typed in his password that I'd memorized. I reduced the portable HDD from my clothes on the floor and transferred the data from Dr. Terashima's PC. Then I watched as the progress bar slowly filled with a blue sky, or sky blue. The bar filled slower than I expected, and I could feel myself beginning to sweat. I didn't have much time. My sister's lie would quickly be exposed. The anticipated response hadn't occurred in the experiment at all. Dr. Terashima would denounce her, and she would apologize for her mistake. As soon as she did, Dr. Terashima would have no reason to stay there a moment longer. My sister couldn't afford to keep him there, because it would only raise suspicion then. I had 10 minutes at most. Judging by the minute hand on the wall clock and the current position of the status bar, it was clear I wouldn't have enough time to copy everything at once. Who knew when I'd get another chance? Even though things had gone smoothly until that point, there was no guarantee I'd be able to keep up this pace. Should have used an SSD, right? It was also highly likely that he'd catch on and increase his security due to this single incident. But what if Dr. Terashima didn't come back? It was possible my sister would find some way to extend the amount of time he stayed there. Those optimistic thoughts threatened to take over, but I quickly suppressed such wishful thinking. Just as I had transferred 91% of the data from Dr. Terashima's computer, my time limit was up. Oh, you haven't even put your clothes on yet? No, I just felt sleepy. And of all the data I transferred from Dr. Terashima's PC, there was nothing he kept hidden from the other researchers. Nor did I find proof that he leaked any of the information we knew of. As usual, my sister communicated with me via handwritten notes. Dr. Terashima is most likely clean. It's highly unlikely there was anything in the 10% I didn't download that would disprove that notion. I don't know. XCOM odds beg to differ. We'd already confirmed his PC to be the only place where he could hide such sensitive data. During our written meeting, my sister and I decided not to make any more moves to steal Dr. Terashima's data. If we happened upon an opportunity to steal the remaining 10% of the data without any risks, we would of course take it, but we wouldn't do anything to make him suspect us. It's important to know when to hold back. 1 month. Exactly 1 month from today, we'll put our plan into action. Until then, I want you to stay by Dr. Terashima's side. Just as my sister had told me, I continued my spy activities without taking any risks. I followed Dr. Terashima around as his assistant, gave myself to him when he desired, and initiated when I sensed he wanted me. Then, on the night 2 weeks after I'd taken his data, Dr. Terashima slept while sleeping with me. I was highly uncommon. Usually he wouldn't so much as yawn until I left the room, or perhaps all those sleepless nights had caught up to him. That could be my chance to get the remaining 10%. Baited! The thought crossed my mind, but crossing that rickety bridge then went against everything I'd learned during my spy training. I decided to leave for that day. I snapped my buttons closed and prepared to go back to my own room. Then I heard a voice behind me. We're almost at the truth. I turned around faster than my brain could process the words. Dr. Terashima was sighing in his sleep. Not a bad comment. He must have been conducting research even in his sleep, and as he nearly reached the truth in his pursuit for knowledge, the words must have slipped out. Wait, what the hell was I saying? Had I giggled? Had I thought he was cute? No. I was swept up by the warm maternal nature within me, and a repulsing shudder was sent down my spine. This wasn't some sort of comic for teens. Was I truly gaining feelings for him just because we had a physical relationship? I will kill him. I have to. I told myself that in my mind as I glared at Dr. Terashima's sleeping face. The words my sister once told me then came to mind. The only time you should truly feel remorseful is when you no longer feel guilty about your work. The next evening, my sister was caught up in a failed experiment and died. Ooh, well. That seems like a wonderful place to stop